rainy day in Norman, sometimes with torrential downpours. They've done a terrific job getting the field ready. Hopefully that doesn't come into play tonight. Not expecting any more precipitation. Maloney drops down the bunt, Deal spins and fires, and Sid Sanders holds on. One down.
And I think Mike White is going to ask if there was a little bit of a bobble over there at first base with Sid Sanders, trying to figure out if that's potentially an opportunity for Maloney to be called safe. So good job by Kirsten Deal to pop off the rubber, and you can see the ball.
Yeah.
Looks like it's starting to squirt out of her glove. Looks like she does glove it up. Good job of keeping it off the ground.
Interesting positioning she got herself in. Oklahoma playing that where first baseman stays back. Normally second base would cover on a bunt.
All right, with one down, here's Caden Henry. Takes that pitch inside. All Big 12 freshman team member a year ago. And of course, these two clubs now in their first season in the SEC and jumping right into the fray, the top two sides. With just 4 games remaining in the regular season after tonight. Texas will be home to Kentucky next weekend. Oklahoma will finish at Florida. And what is shaping up to be a wild finish in the SEC and chaos in the NCAA tournament with really no clear-cut favorite. A lot of different teams, including these two, with a shot at the crown that Oklahoma has been wearing for the last 4 years running. Henry chops that out to left, and on the run to make the catch is Abby Dayton, 2 down. Had a record crowd here last night with nearly 5,000 on hand, and despite a time change today and bad weather this afternoon, it looks pretty close to capacity once again, if not overflow on both concourses tonight.
Now the crowd has come, and not just to watch some softball, but they are in every pitch. They were last night. They got here early, even with the weather. Pretty awesome to see the support.
Those are the box seats out in straightaway center field here at Loves Field, now in its second season. Here is Mia Scott in that 3 spot. Top 5 in the SEC in batting average, coming in way back in that box, standing on the chalk.
Well, Kirsten Deal has been throwing that backdoor curveball, basically throwing it at the front hip of the lefties, bending it back into the back half of the strike zone.
And Mia Scott was looking away. Both those inside pitches, she was waiting for something away.
Scott skies that. Emmerling has it, and a 1-2-3 from their position players. Cassidy was 1 for 2 in game 1, walked, so on base a couple of times last night. Out of Humboldt, Texas. Citlali Gutierrez able to nibble at that outside corner. She gets the start tonight. Her second start this week, also picked up a win as the starter midweek up in Stillwater against Oklahoma State.
And the battle of the curveballs. Kirsten Deal, that's her primary pitch. Citlali throws one too, but she likes it more off speed. It's a good drop ball she'll throw off of that.
Oh, and how about a little sunshine breaking through the clouds tonight? Actual blue sky in Norman. A welcome sight after a rainy day. There's a full count to Pickering. And she draws the leadoff walk. That'll bring up Gabby Garcia. One for three with a home run last night. Her 13th of the year. It's a part of that big inning that chased starter Tegan Cavan. Hard hit, good at second. They'll get one and not the second. As the throw goes over the glove of Mitchell, and did that go into the dugout? It did. They will award Garcia second base on the overthrow.
All right, this looks like it's going to be a double play. Leanne Good, who had played shortstop most of the year, is now back over at second base. This ball hit hard right at her. Good toss over to Katie Stewart, who's been in the outfield. Just her third start at shortstop now. That ball sails a little bit. And as you mentioned, Beth, went into the dugout. That's going to allow Garcia to move up to second base. So instead of a double play, runner in scoring position now for the Sooners.
Boy, and that is the third error in 8 innings so far in this series. And now Ella Parker.
Yeah, the Longhorns have yet to find a shortstop, and that's where it stands out. Vivi Martinez, who was supposed to play that position. And Katie Stewart, just her third start there this season at shortstop.
Quickly a scoring opportunity for OU. Parker starting to find her groove. She's been battling a lower leg injury for much of the season. And just learning to play through the pain. And has been for 2 years now a mainstay in this Sooner lineup for Patty Gasso. So Ali gets the swing and miss.
Teams have really tried to pitch her away and off speed. It's that front leg that has the injury, and that's where the biggest difference that you've seen with Ella Parker. That blue zone away.
Good job by Reese Atwood to keep that off-speed pitch that was in the dirt in front of her. Keep Garcia at second base.
Oh, she chases out of the zone, and Gutierrez gets the strikeout, 2 down.
This is where Gutierrez can be so effective, is that she spins the ball, it'll almost disappear on you. She's not going to blow it past you. She's going to be in the low 60s, and then the off speed is going to be more in the low 50s, and that's just really good rotation. It gets up in your eyes, and it's so easy to want to bite at it, and that's exactly what Parker does.
Here's the 4-hitter, Nellie McEnroe. Marinas, terrific night last night. She went 3 for 3 with a couple of extra base hits for the redshirt freshman.
Just such a great job changing speeds. I mean, we've seen everything just this inning from 54, last pitch 60, she can get up to low to mid 60s as well. So that 3 to 4 mile an hour difference is enough to get swing and misses. She's gotten 3 so far this inning.
Had to sit out last year. said she had terrible FOMO. Well, she's making up for it now that she's out on the field this season.
Well, and for her to be around that senior class that we'll talk about forever in the history of college softball, Nellie McEnroe-Moranis had the ability to be around them, learn, ask questions, and now gets to be a Redford freshman this year.
And one of the big things for Patty Gasso and her coaching staff with all the new looks this year, so she's been having a lot of fun, a lot of teaching, a lot of coaching, a lot of learning going on. And obviously they've picked things up quickly in first place in the SEC, and they take care of Reese Atwood, one down.
Yeah, there was so much independence with that senior class. They had so much knowledge. They had won 3 national championships coming into the season, and Patty kind of just sat back, let them do their thing, and she's like, I forgot how much fun and how much enjoyment I get out of coaching players that are still learning, that are still developing, and that's this team.
Here's Jolie Mitchell. Jolie was 1 for 4, had an RBI last night, also came to the plate with 2 on and a chance to tie the game or take the lead in the top of the 7th, flew out to center field to end the game. And off the glove of McEnroe-Moranis, and Mitchell is aboard with 1 down. First base runner here for Texas.
The shortstop, number 20, Katie Stewart.
Katie Stewart. We're going to score that E5.
Just the 5th error on McEnroe-Moranis over there at third base. And actually just the 28th of the year for this Oklahoma team has been pretty steady Eddie in the field. But it is already the 3rd of the series. They had 2 errors in game 1.
Yep.
Yeah. Katie Stewart 0 for 2 last night with a walk. Fights off the jam job and drops that the opposite way, and a couple aboard. Now with an error and a base hit. And that'll bring up the DP, Victoria Hunter.
And it's pure strength on this. Katie Stewart taking this off the hands, and you see her whole body actually going to pull this thing, but then her hands going with it, drops it in.
First threat of the night for the Longhorns as Hunter gets the start as the DP tonight. Hitting .200 on the season with a couple of home runs.
This is a Texas team that hits .395 against left-handed pitching.
Can't keep up with the rise ball, 0-2.
Yeah, but Hunter hitting just .200 against lefties, as mentioned, .200 on the season.
Just missed with that one. Robert Guest behind the plate tonight. Marty Abazishan at first. Chris Neighbors, the umpire, at third tonight. One-two. They were unsuccessful with 2 strike counts last night. Ofer with 5K. Blocked by Emmerling.
Good job by Emmerling. Again, both catchers having to work pitches in the dirt.
Blue tape across the chest helps the pitcher relax and focus. 2-2. Did she hold up? Nope. And a strikeout for Deal her first, 2 down.
But you could tell the deal was really getting to Hunter. The pitches, a couple earlier in the at-bat, rise balls that Hunter just fished for it out of the zone. Same thing, that one kind of nibbles on the outer half. Hunter approaches it. Big strikeout for Deal.
Now with 2 on and 2 out, here's the left fielder, Vanessa Quiroga. Vanessa came off the bench last night, 0 for 1. .256 on the season.
Houston Deal does a nice job with these lefties. She'll throw that curveball both sides of the plate, and you can tell for Texas trying to find one side of the plate or the other. Right there, perfect pitch that comes at that front hit. Looks like it's going to hit a lefty and then comes back over the plate.
Two and 2.
What's interesting, usually left on left. Left-handed batters, when you're facing a lefty, you're always protecting middle away. That's the common formula. It's curveballs away off speed, but Kirsten Deal does a great job, especially to this Texas team, where she's catching them off guard. You can tell they're leaning, looking away. She's coming to that front hit, getting the strike on the inside part of the plate.
Well, Texas, the top of the order, did their thing. The bottom did not last night. This has been the part of the order where Mike White's hoping for more protection here down the stretch and into the postseason. He's been fiddling with the lineup a little bit. Quiroga golfs that one into the crowd. Full count.
Well, just to your point, Kirsten Deal, when she's thrown on that inner half, you don't really have a lot of space to work with. But as a left-handed pitcher, now's when you want to expand the zone to the outer half of the plate. You throw that curveball and just let it run.
And the strikeout since 2014. And then it's winner take all tomorrow. Here's Sid Sanders, 5, 6, and 7. Sid walked a couple of times yesterday. And another free pass for her. Here comes Ailana Agbayani, who did this in game 1.
Bases loaded, already a solo shot from Garcia in this inning, and then the granny, just her second home run this season. It was a grand slam, and ended up being the difference maker as they won by 1 last night.
Yeah, one of 5 different players that have hit a grand slam this year for Oklahoma.
Her first career grand slam. Just clearing the wall, but she was hunting away. It was very clear there was a game plan against Tegan Convon. They capitalized on it.
Yeah, they hit 2 home runs last night. They're 5th in the country in home runs per game. They won the Mississippi State Series last weekend by hitting 5 home runs in game 3. Incredible that the numbers really haven't fallen off a whole lot from the last 4 years when they were winning national championships. A credit to Patty Gasso and her son JT, who handles the hitters at OU.
I think what JT does so well, and you'll see him in the dugout with his charts, but he also understands not just the analytics, but every individual swing, their natural ability, and works with that.
They also have spent some time recently working with the U.S. national team, since Patty Gasso was recently named the head coach. And she'll be in charge of the Olympic team in 2028.
Those games will be played right up the road in Devon Park in Oklahoma City.
And Gutierrez running into some trouble now. Back-to-back hit batters.
Trying to get underneath the hands, and that's a curveball up in the zone. Just gets right on top of Agbayani.
That'll get a visit from Patty Ruth Taylor. Up to talk with Gutierrez.
It's that fine line, Smitty. I mean, you got to get into these hitters. Absolutely. We talked about them chasing away, looking away. That was the home run Agbayani had hit yesterday. In fact, most of the hits came from pitches middle away. So you got to get in on the hands, but you miss by a little bit, especially these lefties. You'll hit them.
Yeah, and Oklahoma does a good job of, they're open with the front half of their body, but their back foot, they have a tendency to be on the plate. And so you don't have a lot of room to really thread that needle.
That was Mac Morgan loosening up in the Oklahoma bullpen. You heard me right. The Oklahoma bullpen. They are sharing a bullpen tonight.
Awkward.
Scott and nobody there to cover third. And I think that Patty Gasso will challenge this as Stewart came over a bit late. And it appeared that Sanders slid in to beat her there.
The ruling on the field was the runner was out at third base. Oklahoma is challenging that ruling. The previous play is under further review.
And this is where, with Katie Stewart being new, they need to know where each other is. Now, she's coming into that 5-6 hole, but she's coming around, and ooh, that is very close. She may have gotten her foot down in time. So Mia Scott choosing to go after the lead runner. And yeah, it looks like she did get her out, so that's going to be a good call. It was a little deceptive.
Good
ruling
call.
is upheld. The runner's out at third base. That is Oklahoma's first challenge of the game.
Now, that's an interesting decision here as well. It's a really good job of Katie Stewart getting to the bag just in time.
Wow,
see
great
it.
look.
Really
Great
good look.
There
And
you go.
honestly, an athletic move, being late to get to the bag to be able to finish the play.
It is interesting, though, because they probably very easily could have turned a 5-4-3 double play up the middle with Emmerly being right-handed. You know, you can never fault, obviously, getting the lead runner out, but interesting decision there for Mia Scott.
So one down, a couple on. Here's Abby Dayton. Abby was 0 for 3 in game one. With a transfer from Utah, third-team All-American a season ago. Over to first for the second out. Now 2 in scoring position for Hannah Core.
The center fielder, number 27,
Hannah had a base hit last night. And a chance here to put Oklahoma on the board first. They're only 26-1, guys, when they score first, including the win last night. That's pretty good.
Pretty decent.
They apply so much pressure on your heels.
And I apologize, I sold them a win short because last night was the 27th. But there you go. We have people on it. Thankfully.
Good people on it.
Gutierrez gets the swing and miss there. 2-1. Doesn't chase, 3-1.
Right, that's the pitch, that off-speed curveball. It's just elevating just a little bit on Gutierrez.
You got to go after Hannah Core. You got Cassidy
100%.
Pickering on deck.
And that's in for a strike.
Make her beat you, but you do not want Cassidy Pickering up with the bases loaded.
No, It was a great 3-1 pitch on the inner half curveball. Let's see if they go back there, but go off speed.
Core grounds that to Stewart at short. Rifles it over to first. Got it. Couple stranded with 6 apiece. The pop up there, 1 down. These two newcomers are causing some trouble for the rest of the league. They're making a little noise here, Oklahoma and Texas. Currently, they would be your 1 and 2 seeds if we were to end the season today, which we won't. But there are only 4 games left after today. Except for Auburn. I think Auburn finishes up this weekend.
But talk about 4 big important games. I mean, there's going to be a lot of shuffling going on depending on the outcome of those 4 games.
Yes.
And the thing I love about the SEC tournament is that it really is, as you mentioned, a free-for-all. Anybody can win it, and it has massive ramifications for your seeding in the postseason.
And honestly, it feels like the Women's College World Series. It's such a preparatory time. Talk about the newcomers for Oklahoma, but so many teams have those players. They want to get them experience before you get in the postseason. That tournament's a heck of a way to do it.
0-2 here to Maloney, back at the top of the order. And that's another infield pop-up to third, 2 down.
Boy, Deal has just been so efficient in this game. Gets through the lineup, giving up just 1 hit. 1 defensive mistake for the Sooners behind her, but she has just been doing a great job of getting first pitch outs.
Got a couple of strikeouts. What's that, 4 flyouts, couple of ground outs. Was able to erase an error.
Well, the 1 hit wasn't hit hard, so there has not been a lot of exit velocity off the bat for Texas yet. She's done a good job of coming in.
Well, for Texas, this is all about second time through adjusting and figuring out what exactly it is they want to be hunting.
If you're a left-handed hitter especially, you need to be sitting in. She is, unless she changes her game, she's done a really good job of coming inside to these lefties.
Henry tried to drop it down, strike 2.
For the speedy lefties of Texas, I think that's one of the plays they need to really work on and get down. As you mentioned earlier, Sid Sanders, the way they defensively play that, they hold their first baseman back.
Henry inside the line, Sanders is there. 1
after this weekend too, so that's kind of how it's been. Who's going to be number 1, 2, 3? I mean, pick it per week.
15 teams in the league, 14 of them likely to get in. Missouri has to win out the regular season, or they have to win the SEC tournament to get in. But you could have 9 or 10 teams hosting a regional for the first weekend of the NCAA tournament. It's going to be nuts. The record for a World Series is 5 teams from 1 conference. And a lot of prognosticators think that the SEC could flirt with that number and perhaps set a new one this year. Of course, you'll get disagreement from places like Florida State and UCLA and Duke and Arizona, all in line to host regionals as well.
Well, it'll really come down to the super regional matchups. Now, the committee does tell us they don't look at that. Do you agree with that, Beth?
No. Oh. I'm pretending to be Beth.
I think fans would love to not have head-to-head matchups from the same conference, but when you have so many teams from the conference in there, it's tough to do. There are purists as well, though, Smitty. I will say this, that do appreciate the true S-curve. And if that's where the chips fall, then so be it. What I think people look forward to is where are you going to, if Nigeri Kennedy's not at home, where are you going to send her? If Jordy Ball's not at home, where are you going to send her? Where are you going to send all those Ohio State home run hitters to? Because they might be on the road coming to your city. How about this? Right now, these guys could all be on the road, You know Ball, a two-time champ. You know Kennedy, the reigning player of the year. Jasmine Burns is flirting with both the home run and the RBI records this year. And Kat Rodriguez at North Carolina. That's a team right now that a lot of bracketologists have on the bubble, but likely to get in.
Yeah. Well, another one, too, is Oklahoma State, right? They're on the bubble of hosting. If they don't host, they potentially go on the road with Ruby Malin. Another great pitcher.
A lot of work for Mitchell down at first base. 2 down.
A lot of off speed from Sitlali. Top of this order is not an easy crew to get through, but saw the off speed, 2 ground outs, consecutive ground outs for these lefties. 7 ground outs, a 1K. Good defense behind her after that 1 error by the shortstop, Katie Stewart.
This will be a big win for Sitlali if she can go 1, 2, 3 with the top 3 in the order. Rosella Parker struck out her first time up.
We mentioned it earlier, not afraid to throw inside, and also that slower pitch inside, that off-speed curveball. Has to establish that corner.
Climbs up to get that rise ball, and that is way out of here. Solo shot, Ella Parker.
We're talking about the 7 ground out.
They're going to have to look on the inner half. The righties as well know they're going to have to look on the outer half and go with that. And that's what Nellie McEnroe-Marinas does.
Sid Sanders, first pitch swinging and missing.
Well, I was just gonna
from a previous at bat or gather the information.
You also see the process for why you swing at a rise ball.
Yeah.
Because those are the ones you remember. You forget the strikeout. You can hit that pitch. It goes a long way.
Speaking of hitting pitches, here's Mia Scott followed by Reese Atwood. These are the best 2 boppers in the Texas lineup. Kirsten Deal got them both the first time through.
Well, she was able to split them too. Scott batted in the first inning, Atwood in the second inning. Now she's going to have to face them back to back.
Mia, top 5 all time at Texas. Runs, hits, batting average, runs batted in. Had a home run in game 1 last night. Chops that to second. Agbayani is there, 1 down. Another ground ball from Kirsten. Big opportunity for these pitchers this year to step in to larger roles after the graduation of Kelly Maxwell and Nicole May, Carly Keeney, all moving on. So the door was open for others like Deal, who's now in her 3rd year in the program. Already has wins over Tennessee and South Carolina this year.
And that Tennessee win was huge because they lost game 1 and game 3. So for her to have a really good outing in that game 2 against Tennessee was impressive. And Patty Gasso mentioned specifically the weekend after having calls with her.
Reese Atwood grounded to short her first time up. She has, with her 2 RBIs last night, moved in front of Katie Stewart for the team lead in runs batted in. They are one of just 3 teammate duos with 60+. UCLA and Ohio State, the others that have 2.
I think, Jess, they got to those numbers quickly earlier in the year. It's been a little bit slow as of late because the bottom of the lineup has not performed as well here in SEC play. 7, 8, 9. Really, Texas has been trying to jumpstart that part of the order. They get on base. That's when the top of the lineup really can do damage and put up some big numbers.
It's in for a strike.
Back to a curveball on the outer half. Good location at the knees.
Full count. Got her to pop it up. Sanders gives chase. And Deal takes care of Scott and Atwood back to back.
2 huge outs. And this is the way Kirsten Deal came back after going down 3-1 with that strike. That second strike was huge. Reese Atwood was looking away, ends up flying out. That's the game tire. Kind of expect her to hit a home run every time she's up to bat.
It was Joey Mitchell who reached on an error back in the second inning. Just a couple of base runners so far for Texas. Mitchell and then Katie Stewart on deck has their lone hit of the night. They were both aboard in the second, and then Deal struck out 2 in a row to end the threat.
Emmerling does a good job of always knowing when she needs to go out and visit her pitchers. Going to a 3-ball count against Scott and Atwood, able to retire them both, but now falling behind to Mitchell, who has a lot of home run power as well, behind 2-0.
Couple of home runs of late for Jolie. And the count goes 3-0. Take strike 1.
Patty Gasso said one of the best traits of Emmerling is her ability to frame pitches, steal strikes.
Mitchell, backhanded at third by Nellie Mack. In time.
Been a viral moment all around the country. That's number 7 of 12. So stay tuned.
5 more to go. Okay.
With 5 days left. So.
Akbayani at the plate. Your involvement, by the way, is?
I'm basically on the board of the original Athletes Unlimited for all the sports, and then now a consultant. But it's really just all of us in the softball community trying to get a legit pro league happening.
Yep.
With the announcement too recently of Kim Ng, MLB, and
big get.
Yeah,
huge support that's coming in from them. The draft, so you'll actually see where these players are drafted May 3rd.
And Kim's connections with MLB, relationships, right? It's all about that.
Those are your golden ticket athletes so far. With stops in the ACC, the SEC, the Big 12. Be playing for one of 4 teams that will be touring around the country this summer. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Akbayani, back up the middle, base knock. She's on base for the 2nd time tonight.
Does such a great job staying inside the ball. For this one, kind of middle away, actually gets around and up the middle, but when you see her swing pass, just stays long time on the ball, even off speed pitches. course, her big home run yesterday, but this is what she does so well, is gets on base.
Bella Emmerling reached down a fielder's choice in the second. 1-0 Oklahoma, courtesy of the Ella Parker solo home run.
Sadler going to take a little time to talk to Gutierrez.
Sid Lowry's been good with runners on base tonight. The Sooners do not have a hit with a runner aboard. 0 for 7 so far. Big swing and miss from Bella.
JT Gasso in that timeout actually came and told Bella Emmerling with his speed, he's like, I want to see you more angled. And he showed her. Now she's in the box, that front foot way closed off. That was something he just had her adjust to right now.
Another swing and miss from Gutierrez.
That curveball away from her on the outer half, because she does have that swing that has a tendency to open up that front side.
You got to pick up spin. I mean, that's the biggest thing against Sitlali is she can spin it and change speeds because of that spin. And it's not just 1 or 2. It's not fastball changeup. It's an off-speed curve. It's a rise ball to drop. It's so many different levels and speeds. You got to pick up that spin out of the hand.
Here's the 1-2.
Well, just to your point, I mean, that's why the game back in the mid-90s changed from a white ball with white seams to a yellow ball with red
The
seams.
pitcher's lament.
Exactly, we were quite upset about that. So that you could see rotation, right?
Yeah.
Rotation is going to determine the direction of the pitch or the movement.
Just thank God the white ball's gone, man. That thing was dead as a doornail. No seams to see. Felt like hitting a bowling ball.
Putting in a sock.
Hey, if you could see the seams, right? If you could see the rotation of a white ball with white seams, you knew you were really focused, locked in.
7th pitch of this at-bat. And got her second strikeout for Sitlali. 1 down.
Sitlali is one of those pitchers that actually is most effective against those big, aggressive swings. She just spins that ball. It's more spin speed over pitch speed. Picks up that big second strikeout of the game.
There's Abby Dayton in the 8th spot. RBI double, Abby Dayton.
Atwood saying that they got her at home. She's arguing for them to check it. Mike White immediately going to check this. A great slide either way to get into the backside of home plate. We'll see on the replay.
Ruling on the field
But I
was
love the
runner was
at-bats
safe
from
at
Abby
home
Dayton.
plate. Texas is challenging that ruling. The previous play is under further review.
To be able to put this ball in the gap.
Here's the 9-hitter, Hannah Core. We may need a ruling on, is the armband a part of the body? Because that's where the initial tag was made as it flopped off of Agbayani's arm. Opposite way, sneaks out to right. And runners on the corners with 1 out, and here comes the top of the order.
Well, the second time through the lineup, Oklahoma has made their adjustments. First time through the lineup, no hits. Second time through the lineup, that is their 5th hit. So they do such a great job of understanding what they're hunting.
Oh, and you're exactly right, Michelle. It took them just 2 times through the batting order for all 9 to get on base.
Yes. Impressive.
And here's Cassidy Pickering, who walked back in the first and is the most dangerous bat in the order. And will Gutierrez face her a 3rd time? As we talked about earlier, Mac Morgan may be coming out of the Oklahoma bullpen. They are sharing the bullpen. We assume it's because of all the bad weather may have messed with the other bullpen, but something you don't see every day, both bullpens together. And it looked like she got the call, but now she's hesitated.
Yeah, they're keeping in Sitlali. And this is a tough hitter to face a 3rd time. Cassidy Pickering leads the team in a ton of offensive categories. You see the alums, Alyssa Brito, Riley Boone.
The player that Patty Gasso praises for always having a plan at the plate. She loves the fact that while she's in the 3rd base coach's box, with Pickering being a lefty, she can see her face, she can see her eyes, and she can see the calculations going on in her head from pitch to pitch.
Yeah, she said, I can tell when she identifies pitches, and it's early. Calls her a professional hitter.
You see Patty down the line, checking out her leadoff. Look at the difference the 2nd time through, and here they come the 3rd time through. Pickering.
This is an Oklahoma team that always gets something. They might be out, but they're getting an extra 60 feet. They're getting the sacrifice fly. They are efficient, and that's why they do such a good job of putting runs up on the board.
And that'll bring up Gabby Garcia. 0 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice. The home run hitting Ella Parker is on deck. Well, they had the hit and run on there.
That's a heck of a swing. Gabby Garcia. Way out in front of that one. Took off about 4 miles an hour. Same location, though. Garcia's eyes lit up, but barely got a piece.
Gabby, one of the 4 bats in their lineup with double-digit home runs this year. And that's to Scott at 3rd. Gets a glove on it. Side retired. Years winning the national championship. Can someone knock them out this year?
Well, they've certainly looked a little bit more vulnerable this year, but this is a club that has improved from the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Did not play a super strong non-conference schedule. Now, that will be determined on if that hurts them a little bit. But this is
Oh,
yes! Yes! Yes!
That was amazing.
I'm keeping this. I'm keeping this.
You gotta give it back. You gotta
No. I think my hand is bruised.
You know what?
But it wasn't my pitching hand.
Let's autograph and throw
That
it back.
was amazing.
While talking. While talking.
Oh my
That
goodness.
was so cool.
I don't even remember
You
what I
got to
was saying.
sign that, Smitty.
I'm
Sign that one.
signing it. I'm signing it.
I wish we had the replay so you could see it was like off the ceiling.
It hit the roof.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, the chances of it even getting in here.
ESPN on air.
Yeah.
On air. On air. Who gets it?
Good
Oh,
question.
she's keeping it.
I'm
She's
keeping
keeping it.
Puppy.
Wait, who hit it?
Well,
Stewart?
Part of her hands on the
Yeah,
ball.
I need Katie Stewart to sign it too.
All right. Got to get Stewart to sign that. She flies out to right field. One down. Here's Victoria Hunter. Other than Michelle Smith, the story so far has been Kirsten Deal.
Another lefty
Who
pitcher.
is spinning a gem. You know, Patty's loved her lefties here over the years. There have been more right-handers recently, but for what, their first 6 national championships, I think they were all left-handers.
Yeah, and then Kelly Maxwell last year, so.
Jody Ball, a righty.
Yep.
If you go percentage of national championships won, it's definitely in the lefty pitcher dominance for Oklahoma.
For Oklahoma, yep. Patty's wondering what was wrong with that pitch. You know, when you get a bronze statue out front, you get to argue a little bit more.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Here's the 2-1. I think the thing that, you know, can work in Texas' favor, since they see these guys so much, there's no fear, there's no intimidation when they get into the postseason. They can get after it, even though Oklahoma time and time again comes out on top. They showed great fight rallying from a deficit last night.
Yeah.
And now they are called upon to do that again tonight.
On a significant deficit last night, twice this. It was a 6-zip lead.
That is the first walk allowed by Deal. And there's Vanessa Quiroga.
It's really been the key for Deal, even though she's gone to 3 ball counts often in this game. In fact, 4 of the 5 last hitters have gone to a 3-ball count. She's been able to retire them and get those outs. As you mentioned, Beth, just the first walk of the game for her, given up.
7 consecutive first pitch balls from Deal. And here it is going to 2-0. Bottom of the order, and then the top will start to see her for the 3rd time. Maybe. Jen Roach is out. To talk with Deal and Bella Emmerling.
This is also the part of the lineup that we've talked about it a lot. They've struggled to be able to come right after him as you see Sam Landry there in the bullpen. You allow runners to be on base when the top of this order rolls back up, you're usually going to give up some runs.
Fewest hits in SEC play was 2 back in mid-March at Florida. 1 so far tonight. Oh, by the way, they have scored at least 1 run in 80 straight games.
Yeah.
Now, they've been, as you would imagine, harder to come by in SEC conference games for everybody, but they did score in game 1. Sanders, they're going to try for the double play, and they're going to get it.
Bag for the double play, and Deal is loving it.
3-0 Sooners to the bottom of the 5th.
The adjustment Ella Parker made. He's coming to the bat right now. First at bat, strikes out on that slow rise ball up out of the zone. So she's thinking, adjusting. What is she hunting? Give me the same pitch again. Absolutely crushes it. Her first home run, you guys, in SEC play. It's a big one.
And she is leading things off here in the bottom of the 5th. 3-4-5 due up. battling through a lower leg injury. She puts on a special cleat when she comes up to hit. She's not out in the field. She goes back into the dugout and puts a boot on and spends a lot of her time off the field in that boot. Patty Gasso says, as long as you want to go, you're in the lineup. We're not taking you out.
See all the tape there on that front leg. A lot of pain. Hurts her the most when she runs. That's why the last home run felt pretty dang good.
2-2. A rocket out to center. And Parker reaches for the second time. Probably going to have a pinch runner coming on here. Ella can re-enter.
Yeah, Parker's just so patient, knows what she's hunting. This is a drop ball that just hangs up. She reads the spin on it. Look at the body. Everything is just on time, and the path of that barrel, just long, going to catch anything that's in that zone. Such a pretty swing.
Well, they're going to let her stay and run here. Nellie McEnroe-Morenas comes in. Nellie singled her last time up. Her fourth hit of the series. It's a back 1-2. What a night in Norman after a stormy, rainy day until about dinner time, and then things cleared up so we could play game 2. As the sun sets, it's now completely off the field for the players. Game 3 tomorrow afternoon, 2 Eastern on ESPN2. And that hits Nellie. That's the third hit batter. Sonali Gutierrez had one all year before her 3 tonight.
It's the emphasis of trying to get inside to these batters, but also Oklahoma knows. They recognize when it's coming in. They're not going to try to get out of the way. They're going to take the base.
Well, and Citlali also battles at times a sweaty palm. A lot of pitchers do, but she has a condition where she always tries to keep that palm dry, and that can cause the ball to slip out, especially in very humid and hot conditions. It's humid today just based on the amount of rain that we had earlier. Drying out a little bit now, but you do wonder at times if that's making a difference as she clutches that rosin bag.
So after she contained Oklahoma with runners on base, they were 0 for 8. They are since 2 for 3, and now a sac fly and a hit batter.
They are going to now run for Ella Parker now that she's in scoring position.
Looks like Cheney Helton. And again, Parker can re-enter to hit again. Here's Sydney Sanders. Couple on base, nobody out, squares up and pulls it back. 1-0. counts that foul.
That just shows the respect Patty Gasso has for this Texas offense, knowing that she wants to try and put some more runs up on the board after seeing the way Texas came back in yesterday's game. She's like, 3 runs is not enough.
Sanders does have a couple of bunts this season. Look at how far in Mitchell is at first.
I mean, that's scary knowing Sanders' power.
Scott creeping in at third. Sanders swings away, and it's an infield pop. 1 down.
Non-productive out, something you don't stay very often, this Oklahoma offense.
Second base, number 50, Ayani.
So here comes Agbayani. She is 4 for 4 and been on base all 5 plate appearances in the last 48 hours.
She's got this real flow with her hands, and it's something JT Gasso was talking about this week. Her hands at times, she just gets herself into this great hitting positions, but they'll even get down to her belt super low. You'll see kind of up and down. It's all on feel on where she feels like the pitch is going to be. So she thinks it's going to be low, and she had a home run last weekend against Mississippi State where literally her hands drop down to meet the level of the ball, get underneath, hit a home run. Sometimes they'll remain high, but she's got that flowiness with those hands up and down that they just love.
Lets that one go at 3-0, and the bases are loaded.
Second walk of the game with those 3 hit batters. That is the 5th free pass.
Bella Emmerling. And can Oklahoma hit its 2nd grand slam of the series? First pitch swinging. 2 down.
And to get that momentum, the crowd's into it. Bases loaded to get a pitcher. Just walked. She's hit a batter in this innings. First pitch as a gift.
It's a gift.
Chase that pitch. It was not a hitter's pitch.
Yeah, most every coach will tell you in that situation, you just walk the batter in front and walk the bases loaded. Be particular. Know what you want to go after.
Abby Dayton had the RBI double out to right center last time up. A base hit, a hit batter, and a walk in the inning for Oklahoma. Two, back up the middle. 1 run is in. Here comes another, bobbled in center, and Agbayani will motor over to third. A 2-run single for Dayton.
Have your day. Have a day, Abigail Gayton. She has just been outstanding. A .310 batting average coming into the game, hitting out of the 8th spot. A couple of big hits in this game. A drop ball in the outer half that's elevated, and she just sees it. She gets around it. A little bit of a bobble out in center field by Kaden Henry, and 2 more big runs up on the board.
So her 2nd and 3rd RBIs of the night. And it's 5-0 Oklahoma. And a pitching change here for Texas. So Citlali Gutierrez gets into the 5th inning and will not get out for Texas. The pitching change here after 4 2/3. The 5 earned runs, the most allowed in a game this season for her. And she'll hand it off to Mac Morgan. Drop ball right-hander out of the pen. So a 2 on base here for the Sooners. The number 9 hitter, Hannah Core, will step in. And she represents the game-winning run, could bring the run rule into effect. Almost hit her. The leadoff, Cassidy Pickering on deck. And a stolen base here for Dayton.
Mac Morgan looked confused, almost like she thought the ball was dead. They had her out at second.
And Atwood wants to come out to calm things down.
Yeah, and again, this is a big spot for Mac Morgan coming in against Core, the number 9 hitter, because you do not want Pickering coming up with the bases loaded and 2 outs.
In for a strike, 1-1. Outside the line, 1-2.
Got to go right back in. Hannah Core is off the plate, but these Oklahoma hitters will also kind of lean over to get to that outside pitch. Tried to inside out that one, fouled it off.
And now there's a velo factor, right? So Mac Morgan is throwing about 8 to 9 miles an hour harder than Citlali, just trying to catch up to that velocity.
Behind it still.
Yeah.
And sends a missile into the Texas dugout. Steve Singleton with a giggle, and the Oklahoma crowd loves it. Two and two. Texas has not been shut out. Oklahoma really good at run rules. Texas, by the way, has not been run ruled in 2 years.
Yeah, you win this series, you're in first place, and that's a pretty nice place to be. 1 week to go left in the regular season.
Longhorns rallied from a 6-0 deficit last night, now staring at a 5-0 deficit tonight. Plenty of drama here Friday night. Another terrific crowd on a beautiful evening in Norman.
Well, Texas, we know, has fight. You got 9-1-2 coming up. Leon Good could get on base. The speed at the top of this order. You just kind of feel like a rally is coming from Texas.
Leanne Good, then the top of the order. And what may be the last time through for their best hitters. The top 5 in the lineup have not reached base tonight. Actually, just the one time on an error. Otherwise, Kristen Deal has shut them down.
Yeah, she's just been outstanding. Reminiscent of Game 2 against Tennessee. She had a complete game, gave up just 4 hits.
And the miscue there. So now she's walked 2 of the last 3, and she just walked the number 9 hitter.
Right fielder, number 7, Ashton Maloney.
So here comes their run of 400 hitters. The next 5 all above that mark coming into the weekend.
3 of those 5 are left-handed, and Deal really has won that lefty-lefty matchup with them. In fact, none of the lefties in the Texas lineup have really done any harm whatsoever. They haven't gotten on base.
There you see that impressive start to the Texas batting order.
Yeah.
Maloney, that hitter, was she out of the box? No.
That's going to be close.
Patty may want to look at that.
Yeah, she was moving. And that hit the ground, came up and hit her. And honestly, if I'm Ashton Maloney, you want to be out of the box in the sense of by the time it hits the ground, you should be 2 steps down the line.
The umpires will chat.
I think Patty was asking them to get together and talk about it. She didn't want to challenge it. So we'll see it goes over.
Oh.
Yeah, she's still in the box.
Still in, yeah.
Yeah, it went off the guard, the face guard.
Good call.
Yep.
Yeah, good job by the umpires.
Oh,
The
and now
ruling on
they
the
may
field was
review.
a foul ball. The ball hit the batter in the batter's box. Oklahoma is challenging that ruling. Previous play is under further review.
This is a McIntyre ball.
It would appear that the umpires are going to go 3-0 tonight.
Impressive.
Well, and this is so quick, too, to make this call.
After review, ruling is upheld. It is a foul ball. That is Oklahoma's second and final challenge of the game.
This is the best job of reviews we've seen all season. Spectacular by the umpires tonight.
Yeah, great call. And honestly, good job by Maloney. She's in the batter's box. A lot of times we see slappers out of the batter's box right away.
0-2 pitch. This could be playable, and it is.
Boy, and Texas still continuing to pop up the ball. I mean, that's a definite situation where you want to be putting the ball down on the ground and still just getting underneath Deal's pitches. Non-productive out here late in the game. Those hurt.
There's Caden Henry. What's crazy is the top 4 in the lineup each have a ground out and a pop out. Off balance tonight by Deal.
7 at-bats of the top 3. Only 1 is even hit to the outfield. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing. Your 400 hitters, even 1 through 5, look how quiet they have been.
Over. Two and one.
You look at Maloney's and Henry's splits against lefties. They're both good, well over 400. Not tonight.
80th pitch from Deal is in for a strike. 2-2.
We have a pitcher that's being unpredictable. And a lot of times you get 3rd time through the order, you know what you're going to get. Kirsten Deal got them out inside early, and she's been going away now late.
In the dirt, full count. Henry, fly ball to center. 2 down.
Oh, 8th out in the air.
It's mostly just not being able to square the ball up. I mean, even the hit we talked about at the air, it hasn't been barreled. They haven't been able to get barrel on ball, and that's when Texas gets on fire. When they get barrel to ball, hit the ball in the gap over the fence, and they score runs.
Here's Mia Scott. Popped up to the catcher, grounded to second. Still just the 1 hit for Texas, with 3 other base runners on balls and an error. That 1 hit, a single from Katie Stewart. Gets away from Emmerling. Good will head to second, so their first runner in scoring position tonight. Check that. Second.
Everything's been away to all these lefties.
Yeah, and that's a clutch pitch on a 2-1 count where she needs to try to get back to even. That curveball in the outer half.
Another full count. That 7 of the last 10 have gone to 3-ball counts.
Mia Scott's got to be looking curveball away. Split that plate. I know you have 2 strikes, but try to find something middle away that you can poke through. It's most likely where she's going to go.
Scott chops at it, and another one up in the air. Runner stranded. Heck of a night so far for Deal, and Oklahoma in front.
How do we get here with Oklahoma leading this game? Ella Parker got him on the board. Solo shot back in the 3rd, her first in the conference. And then player of the game, really, Abby Dayton finding the gap in the 4th inning to score 2. Great slide at home from Agbayani. And then again to put some more on the run, a sac fly from Cassidy Pickering and take it to the 5th. Abby Dayton again. 2 more runs come in. That's where we're at. 5-0 here in the 6th.
Mac Morgan is the relief pitcher here for Texas. Three straight innings with runs up for Oklahoma.
Just their adjustments, 2nd time through, 3rd time through the lineup. Taking the free passes.
4th time around for Pickering. Walked in the 1st, a sacrifice fly to drive in a run in the 4th. Base hit, could be extras. She'll head for second and get there.
And that just shows how hard that Pickering hits the ball. Hunting something in her half, just drives that ball, and she hits it so hard that she's going to get it past Kaden Henry. So just take a look at her bat path. Drop ball in the inner half, she stays through it, And look at how hard she hits this. She gets it all the way to the wall, past Kaden Henry. I mean, you've got to hit that ball with exit velocity near 80 miles an hour or higher to get it to the wall before that center fielder can get 4 steps in front of it.
That's her first extra base hit of the series. And then here's Gabby Garcia. With the home run hitting Ella Parker on deck. Oklahoma is either 3 runs or 3 outs away from winning the series by winning game 2.
Patty Gasso just does such a great job of always making sure her teams stay on the accelerator.
That's some quick hands. Mac Morgan got in Garcia's kitchen. Her reaction on that. She barreled up a ball that was off the plate in. Sends a message to a pitcher, foul ball or not.
There are a lot of teams, they get up 5 runs, they kind of go on cruise control. Their at-bats maybe get a little sloppy. Not Oklahoma. I mean, they never take a pitch off. And that's part of that championship mindset that Patty Gasso instills.
Ground ball to second, right at good, or make the play to first. 1 down, Pickering over to third base. This is what happened in the 3rd inning.
So it got the Sooners on the board. The adjustment that she made to be able to get to the pitch that struck her out. That rise ball up in the zone is exactly what she was looking for.
Just so strategic. Knowing, all right, I struck out on this pitch. They're going to come back to me, and I'm going to hit it out of the ballpark.
That was off the starter, Gutierrez.
Followed it up too with a single to come around and score, but the biggest thing was is she knew they're not going to come back up there. Sat on a pitch away, hit it up the middle.
And now with the down ball hit pitcher. RBI opportunity here for Parker. One and 2.
That's just a little bit of a, I missed that one. Let that go.
Morgan got her to fly out yesterday when she came in and faced her. Patty showing some extra concern. She just fouled that ball off the part of her body that is injured. Patty kind of came hustling in just to make sure she was okay.
Two and 2.
And even if she wasn't, there's 0 chance Ella Parker is telling Patty, no, I'm really hurting right now.
Protects.
Morgan doing a good job mixing. And she's really, I mean, she's predominant drop. You know what you're going to get, but she does a great job of still being unpredictable where she'll throw that drop. Breaks so late, you got to follow it late to be able to know if it's going to be a ball or a strike.
Two, right back to Morgan, checks the run, fires to first. 2 down. Good get by Mack.
Yeah, good defensive play, understanding the situation, making sure Pickering doesn't try to scooch home.
Morgan trying to get one more, and then Texas will send 4, 5, and 6 in the 7th inning. Here's McEnroe Marinas.
Gotta be so careful with this batter. Not that there's not a whole lot before her as well, but Nelly in this cleanup spot, one of the best hitters in this lineup.
Sooners just 2 for 12 tonight with runners in scoring position. Only 3 for 17 when there's been a runner on base.
Yeah, but they've been outstanding with 2 outs, 3 for 8. So it's crazy, their numbers and how they still get it done.
Thought Smitty was going to be called on to make another great play here in the booth on that for that foul ball like she had earlier tonight.
Come off that overhang. Gotta be heads up. I'm bringing my glove here next time you come.
3-1.
You know, this is not a bad idea. I know Sid Sanders is a threat as well on deck, but Nelly, do not give her something to hit here. If you walk her, you walk her. That's why you walk her. Don't give her something to hit.
Yeah,
Well,
not
this
that
one
count.
impresses me so much because she has great ability to go with pitches middle away. That's actually been her strength this series. And so Mac Morgan tries to get into her kitchen, tries to come inside. It's actually not a bad pitch. And with 2 strikes especially, the pitch location, look at where this is at. I mean, that's a hard pitch to be able to get your hands to, almost off the plate. Beautiful job, tight inside with her hands. And I'll tell you what, you make barrel on that, no doubt about it. Hands up, because it's out of here. 2 more runs for the Sooners.
She now takes the team home run lead with 14. It's a 7-0 lead. And the Sooners may not let Texas come back up to the plate in the 7th inning. 1 run to end this early. The pinch hitter here will be Tia Malloy as Nelly continues her tear. And just a redshirt freshman, but she is in the hunt for SEC Player of the Year honors.
Yeah, team captain, just learned so much from last year's seniors and just has a presence about her.
Malloy, .260 on the season with 5 home runs. From a family of stud athletes, including her sister Kiki, who played at Tennessee, her sister Amira, who played at Washington. Morgan clips the outside corner. 1-2. Two and 2. Off the base, fair ball, and Malloy, the game-winning run is aboard.
How fired up she is.
Way fired up.
Come off the bench. What feels like a big extending of the inning. How dramatic, too, to be able to hit it right off the bag to make it very clear. Not just did I hit this hard, but it is a fair ball and a base hit.
Yeah, opportunity to do something, gets that base hit, and she is fired up.
Oklahoma gets her home, it's over. And here comes Ailana Agbayani. A single, a walk, a hit by pitch tonight. Texas has not been shut out or run ruled all year. Off speed in for a strike.
Back with it again, another off speed.
Three and one.
As the game goes on, Oklahoma's just done a good job of really tightening that zone, not chasing pitches out of it. Putting pressure on the pitchers.
And now the full count with 2 outs. Malloy, terrific speed at first. Mack came in on her hands.
A couple of changeups at 60 miles an hour. She throws that drop ball at 68.
It was Byard.
Yeah. Bayane last second, just getting rid of it to live another pitch. She was sitting there. That was a 61 mile an hour off speed. Good job of not being fooled on it, putting a big hack on it, even though she fouls it off.
Four, 5, and 6 due up.
She's had one complete game this year. She's been impressive tonight.
That one hit, the Katie Stewart single in the second. Just 3 other base runners on walks and errors. And she's done it all with only 2 strikeouts. Letting her defense help her out tonight.
Yeah, the story of her success has been able to get Texas to pop up. I mean, a lot of infield pop-ups, a couple to the outfield, nothing hard struck at all.
The top 4 in the order have not gotten on base.
And just one ground out.
Just seeing the frustration right there from Reese Atwood. That's a pitch that she normally slugs. She misses it. She's yelling at herself.
Top 4 were on base last night 10 times. None tonight. And it's 2-2 to Atwood.
This is the type of pitching performance that Patty Gasso has been looking for behind Sam Landry, who's been the ace of the staff. Really searching for that number 2 pitcher that can close doors.
Full count. Swing and a miss. 1 down.
Just her 3rd strikeout of the evening. But using that backdoor curveball again, she's going to start this out and just chase Reese out of the zone. That pitch is a good 1.5 feet off of the plate. That's ball 4, but gets Atwood to just offer through that. Big 3rd strikeout of the game for Deal.
I think Atwood expected it to come over. You mentioned backdoor curveball. Normally that pitch is going to be away, come back over the plate. It didn't. It stayed off the plate.
Here's Jolie Mitchell. 2-1. And now 3-run run. Mitchell tries to bunt.
On a 3-1 count, you want some of your power hitters to be thinking
Not
long
sure
ball.
about that.
Yeah.
7-run deficit, and you got Oklahoma's defense. It's hard even for the fast ones on the left side to get the bunt, beat it out.
Full count. And a slow roller just outside the bag.
Another one of those outside pitches to a righty that probably would have been ball 4, just like Reese Atwood's. So Oklahoma did a good job of not expanding the zone offensively, where Texas is chasing pitches out of the zone.
Pops it up. 2 down. And they'll be on their feet at Love's Field. Katie Stewart is the last chance here for Texas. She's got the only hit tonight for the Longhorns. And she's got the second one of the night as well. Long single for Stewart.
Just missed a home run.
Wow.
Probably 2 feet under that white line. First time we've seen Texas barrel up a ball. Yes, she had a hit earlier, but it was off the hands, kind of barely plopping into right field. This is absolutely crushed.
The designated player, number 1, Victoria Hunter.
And that'll bring up the DP, Victoria Hunter, a walk and a strikeout. Over 100 pitches on the night for Deal.
Little extra something on that rise ball. Trying to get Hunter to chase it upstairs like she did in her first at-bat.
That hit from Stewart, by the way, registered 85 miles per hour with the exit velocity.
It was crushed.
I kind of feel like it hit the wall before Katie Stewart was out of the box. That's how hard she hit it.
I think she put a dent in the fence. And now Texas.
So this is where I'm surprised. 2-0 count as a hitter. You were looking for something you can barrel, and we're seeing it's almost like they have 2 strikes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to try to battle that off.
Very defensive swings tonight.
Hunter, that goes back deep and to the wall, and
Victoria Hunter, the sophomore, is going to register her 3rd home run of the year. She hits this ball about as high as she does far. Two-one count, rise ball. that she had swung through in her first at-bat. They go back upstairs, and she's able to catch this one. Hannah Corr gives it a good effort, but that ball just about 5 feet beyond the fence. That 2-run shot keeps Texas from putting that goose egg up here late in the game. So a 2-run shot, they get 2 runs up on the board.
Her first home run since February. Breaks up the shutout, and Quiroga over the glove of Abby Dayton. And she'll head for second. 3 straight hits for Texas.
And hard hits, all coming off the bat. Extreme velocity. Katie Stewart-Hunter and now Quiroga. Tough play for Abby Dayton to make in left field. A ball that she had a glove on to possibly can hit so hard, kind of gets her turned around. How about the bottom of the Texas order? Some life here.
Making some noise. This is what they've been looking for from their 7, 8, 9 hitters. Here's Leanne Good, and if she can reach, it's right back to the top of the order. Just the 1 out still to work with for the Horns.
Well, they're swinging with more authority. Leanne Good on that last one, instead of trying to poke it, foul it off, make contact, she swung to hit that thing over the fence.
Down to their final strike. Doesn't fish. Good eye, 2-2. Good. Smacks that out to right, and that'll do it. Pickering gloves it. Ball game and series to Oklahoma. They take game 2, 7-2, and maintain a hold on the top of the SEC. That's 14 straight wins at home against Texas for the Sooners. And Kirsten Deal